you. Ooh, if I love you, because you love me. This is where I love you. Ooh. Hi. Because you love me. Hi. How are you? How is you doing? How are you? How are you this morning or afternoon or noon? I don't know. I don't know. Oops. That one didn't go as planned. oops, it wasn't supposed to go that way, but it did. Hi, what are you doing? I am preparing my maize for drying. I'm preparing my leftover maize for drying because most of them have already started rotting because I've not dried them, so I'm prepping them for drying. And this one, yeah, prepping some for drying and some for feeding the cows. So yeah, I'm just sorting them. I'm doing this. Let me show you. How do I dry them? I dry them like this. So I tie them like this. So the good ones I'm tying like this. The other ones the cows are going to eat. But I dry them like this because there's not so much sun. So I don't want them to like these ones have been rained on. I don't want so much moisture in them. So yeah, preparing for drying. Oh, umetoka. Asante. No, that's not popcorn. That's maize. Just maize. Not sweet corn. Just maize. Just yellow maize. It's not sweet corn. Okay, it's just yellow maize. There's a difference between white maize, yellow maize, and sweet corn. Sweet corn is very yellow. This one is a mixture of yellow and orange-ish. So it's just yellow maize. It's not corn. It's not sweet corn. It's white maize, yellow maize. And it's not for popcorn. That's nice. Sango. Larry Mambo. How are you? How are you? How are you doing? Waiting the soap. You speak language I can understand. Do not speak to me in that West African. I don't understand. I mean, most of you like Sango. I shouldn't. Larry, I'm not supposed to explain to you what I'm doing. You already know what I'm doing. You already know what I'm doing. I'm preparing my maize for drying and some for feeding the cows because they were rained on, so they've started rotting some. So the rotting ones will go to the cows. Yeah. Or will be dried and then we grind them for the chicken. I honestly really need a break. I need a break. I'm not even kidding when I say that. I need a vacation. I need a break. I just need space, honestly, at this point. Especially this morning. This morning, I'm not a very happy person. Somebody said something and it hurt my heart. It hurt my heart. So and I'm kind of in the process of learning how to manage when somebody says something hurtful to me, and not retaliate or say something hurtful to them. So I'm in the process of learning. So that's why I wasn't supposed to do this, but I'm like, I need to keep myself occupied, otherwise I'm just gonna be rude. So I'm like, let me just keep my cool, get myself busy, because otherwise my emotions are gonna get the best of me and I'm gonna say something very rude. So I'm not a very happy person this morning. Yeah. I really hate when somebody says something hurtful and I've not done anything to you. I have not wronged you. I don't even talk to you, but you feel the need of saying something hurtful to me. Take a break and go to Budapest. I wish I had the money. I would go. Trust you, man. If I had the money, I would run. At this point, I just wanna. I know I love being in the farm, but I think I wanna leave, which is sad to say after everything, but I think I might leave the farm very soon. I think I might, because I hate, let me tell you something that I hate. I hate staying somewhere where every day feels like a struggle. Not a struggle like to stay, no. A struggle to kind of prove that I belong here and I was born here. In the past few months, that's how it has, that's how it has felt. It's been feeling like it's a struggle just to be home. This is where I was born, but now being in a blended family where there's another family and they kind of just want you gone, and I'm like, this is home for me. This is where I was born. So what do you mean? Anyway, it's fine. It's fine, but I am not a very happy person this morning. Oh, is it someone online? No. It's not even someone online. It's somebody I don't even consider family. I don't even consider family because you are taking over our home and now you want to be rude. I really felt hurt, not gonna lie. For a moment, I wish my grandmother was alive, because I'm sure my grandmother wouldn't treat me in a weird way. Because I try every day, like every day for me it's like survival every day, mentally, trying to heal myself mentally, but still trying to stay sane, if that makes sense. The thing is, it's very important, and this is the only place that I feel at peace. This is the only place that feels like home, but these days it doesn't feel like home anymore. Yeah, it doesn't feel like home anymore. I just feel like, okay, this is the thing. I've never been here and never had somebody ask me when I'm leaving, okay, where should I go? Like, okay, you've only been here for 1 year, and then you all of a sudden feel like now this is your home. People shouldn't be here. It's been, I don't know, it just feels so different. Because for me, this is where I know as home, this is where I feel safe. But the fact that somebody can ask when I'm leaving, like, what do you mean when I'm leaving? This is home for me. But it's fun. It's okay. Hi. No, somebody just wrong. Somebody wronged me so deeply, and the fact that I cannot fight back. That's the worst part, is I cannot fight back. This one hurt me. This one hurt me. This one got the best of it. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. You laugh at me. Yeah, Joseph. When chocolate, I'll marry. I don't need to be married right now. I don't even want to be married right now. Like, I thought I'm gonna get my peace of mind. Yeah, which that's what it's always been. This has always been a safe space for me, but right now, I think it's time for me to leave and leave for good, because my biggest fear is when I leave, I'm never coming back here, because I don't want to stay in a place where I have to feel like I'm on, you know, it's like somebody comes and tells you to get out of your home. That's how it feels like. Mind you, I was born here, I've been raised here. In my family, like in my, to my other family members, I'm the person who has stayed here the most, because I went to boarding school around Nyeri, like the area. So it's like I was always here. This is the only place I call home, and I feel at home. So somebody else to come and ask me when I am leaving, like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, because nobody has ever asked me that. My grandmother is laying there. She's never asked me that. But for you to get married in our family and then you ask, I'm just scared if I leave, I'm never coming back. That's my biggest worry, because if I leave, I'm going to lose so much, because all my memories as a child, they are here. So for somebody to just come 1 year into our family and feel like you need to ask me when I'm leaving, that hurt me. That hurt me. So I'm not crying because, I'm crying because I am hurt and I don't know how to defend myself. And I don't have somebody to defend me, because the person who might have defended me is lying there. Anywho, that's done. I said I don't have any hobbies. I'm not sick. It's somebody who wronged me this morning. Somebody wronged me. Yeah, my parents. My dad is dead. My mom is in Nairobi. But I'm too old to be staying with my parents. Anyway, that's done. At least I've let it out. The thing is, the lack of somebody to defend me. Like, I cannot, like, my hands are tied. I cannot even say anything for myself. That's the hardest part. You don't really understand. I was born here. This is the only place that I felt like home. This is, everything about me is here. And somebody else to just come and just feel like I don't belong here, that I'm supposed to be gone. It's really hard. That's really hard. Because in all my years, I'm old guys, but in all my years nobody has ever asked me to leave this compound. Yeah. I don't even know what else to talk to you guys about. I was just so hurt. I had to pause for a minute. Ask. Hi Tabitha. Tabitha, unauliza what's up? No, somebody is chasing me from home indirectly. And the thing is, I'm gonna leave. I don't know where I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna leave. I am gonna leave because I feel like if I stay, that thing is already planted in my mind. And I don't want to stay in a place where I know that this person wants me out of my own home. So I'm gonna leave. And the thing is, when I leave, I am not coming back to this compound. I'm gonna find my way in the world. But that's the sad part. Because the question is where to go. I don't think anywhere else will ever feel like home. But it's fine. It's fine. Because it doesn't feel like home here anymore. I don't feel like home here anymore. So I think I'm gonna leave the farm. Go and buy my own farm somewhere when I get the money and start my own life. Anywho, that's gone. Yeah. I'm gonna put all that behind me and pray that Larry ask, can't you take a note? I'm very sad. This morning, I know I've never come here and cried. And I wasn't even planning to cry. I was like, let me just distract myself and see if I'm gonna forget what just happened. Because this work I'm doing here, I was like, I'm not gonna do this work because it's not even my work. Yeah. I'm like, that's your problem. I already did mine in August. I did my harvest in August, did what I'm doing right now already. But I'm like, I just need something to distract me. So let me get this help out. And then come online thinking I wasn't gonna break down because I've not broken down in a long time. I couldn't help myself. But let me tell you, there's nothing worse like home not feeling like home anymore. Not because of your people, but because of people who came, because these people don't even know anything about me, about my upbringing. I grew up here, I was born here, I schooled here. This is the only place I ran to because that's what my grandmother, this is the home my grandmother gave me as a safe space. I'm like, this is where I belong. But you get married to our home, you take my grandmother's place, and then all of a sudden, your people, you and your people, the ones you came with, who are not even my family, wants me gone, and you're not even telling me. Like, you're just going behind my back to discuss me, and I'm literally right there. At least let me, what you don't know cannot hurt you. Discuss me in private, but don't discuss me when I'm right there. Because the bitch in me, like, the former me would have retaliated, and I would have talked, and I would have fought somebody. But the new me, I cannot even defend myself. I cannot say anything. I don't have anyone to defend. I feel I feel so helpless. I feel so voiceless. And I hate that feeling. And to me, that doesn't feel like home anymore. So no, they're not gonna chase me away. I'm just gonna live by myself because it doesn't feel like home anymore. The people who are here don't feel like family because they are not family to me. So I think I'm just gonna let go and find my path. But the worst part, leaving home to find a home. Where do you even find that? Have you had any? No, not really. I just dreamt that I can talk to chicken. That's all. I swear. Okay, it's not that because my bedroom is next to the chicken coop. Don't get me wrong, not in the same room. Days, whatever. So it's like every morning when they are in the morning, I feel like I don't know. I had a dream the other night that I can understand what they're saying, but it was just a dream, nothing superstitious. But no, I've not had any significant dream. I don't even know if I dream anymore. I stopped dreaming. Hi, Jamil. Hi. Hello, Sebo. What does Sebo mean? No, it's just people are in mourning. They are mourning the Prime Minister, so Kenyans have a weird way of mourning. So never mind. It's nothing serious. It's serious to the outside world, but to Kenya it's so normal. Like yesterday was declared a public holiday. It wasn't supposed to be, but since people are mourning, so people were free in Kenya from yesterday. Of course, today, tomorrow, which is a weekend, and Monday, which is an official public holiday. I think it's Madaraka Day. No, Jamhuri Day. I don't know what it is. I don't know. What is it? No, it's Mashujaa Day. Sorry, it's Mashujaa Day, so Heroes Day. So, yeah, people in Kenya have a long weekend from yesterday. So the last time people went to work was on Thursday until Tuesday. But I mean, it only applies to this whole simplicity. and those who have a job at least. The rest of us, we working. Are you Ugandan? I'm Kenyan. I am Kenyan. He's actually going to be buried tomorrow, so that was just people wanting to view his body. It's actually even crazy right now. Like right now, people are going at it right now as we speak. Now, people from his tribe, where he comes from, oh my gosh, just too much. Yeah, it's really a long weekend for them, not for everybody. Jehovah. See, situations like this, now I understand why people make wrong decisions, because it's in situations like this, like what I'm going through right now, that make people make the wrong decision. Situations like this. Because right now, I can call myself vulnerable because I'm like, everything, everything will feel like an opportunity for me, even when it shouldn't. Something that the normal me wouldn't see as an opportunity. Right now, everything will sound so sweet to my ears. My Lord. God of mercy, God have mercy. So cooking chocolate. I cannot cook. Funny enough, I cannot cook chocolate. I cannot cook chocolate. Maybe when I have my home, I will teach myself how to. For now, I cannot. I was never taught. Let's just say that. So most of the things I've learned in life, I have taught myself. I've not had the privilege to be taught because I grew up in boarding school, so not so much to learn there about life skills, that is. So yeah, and I've been hesitant to learn all my life. I'm like, oh, I didn't learn back then. I don't want to learn now. Who is the closest person to you in the village right now? I don't know. Right now, say no one. Because the thing is, I do not really mingle. I'm very introverted, so to say. So if I'm not on YouTube, I'm in the farm. If I'm not in the farm, I'm at the river. Like, I'm literally where nobody is, in short. So I don't really mingle a lot with people, especially again because people are nosy. You know, people be wanting to know your business, what you're doing in life, and they're just looking for gossip. Not all of them, but So I don't really, I won't really go out, in short. So that's why it's hard for me to blend in the real world, because I have not exposed myself to it. I have not, understand that point. I have not exposed myself to it. Not I've not been exposed to it. I've not exposed myself to it. See, before I had like social anxiety, and being around people always made me really, I don't know, I used to cry like a kid. I used to wanna cry, sometimes not crying, but wanna cry at my age, And where I come from, if I tell my mom, hey, I think I have social anxiety, my mom will be like, fuck, because where I come from, even having stress, having depression is a privilege, because I can say I have the best support system when it comes to everything mental health. Because if I tell my mom maybe I'm stressed or I feel like I'm getting depressed, my mother will like, those are problems for the rich, Poor people cannot afford depression. So that's how I've grown up knowing and being told. So I have learned to suppress my feelings. I have learned to take the punches and just. So to me, it's like growing up like that, I kind of resented the outside world because I'm like, if that problem is for rich people, then I might as well keep off things that trigger it. I might as well keep off people who are gonna make me feel like I'm stressed or depressed, because again, depression is for the rich. That's what my mom says. So yeah, and I feel like that's what delayed my growth, because for me, I consider myself pretty immature, because again, that's what my mother always tells me. Every time we talk, is like, can you just mature up? So I don't really know what maturity looks like. I don't really know how mature people act, because everything I do is like, can you just mature up? So that's the reason I'm single, guys, because I wouldn't want to take that to somebody else. I wouldn't want to be in a situation where I do not know how to act, or you do something small to me, I start crying. That's so me. Like, you wrong me, I just start crying, because I know if I start talking, I won't shut up. And if I start talking, I will tell you things that your ancestors are gonna regret. So I'm like, let me just take the punch. I've learned to take the punch, and I don't know anything else. That's how I've been brought up. So yeah. Hello. Strict and strong. That's his problem. I don't know. This is not a dress for an occasion. If anything, this is for staying in the house or sleeping. This is for staying in the house or sleeping. You wouldn't catch me dead out there with shit like this. No, no way, never. But let me tell you, guys, what I have decided. I've decided, if I get a chance to run away, let me just call it what it is, to run away from here, I'm gonna run without looking back. I'm gonna forget everybody and everything and start afresh. That's what I'm gonna do. Because sometimes you have to cut off everyone and everything that you knew in order for you to move on. Because I feel like I have a lot of healing to do, a lot of learning to do, and I don't know, who to ask or where to seek answers from. Because definitely not in my family. My family values are weird. They are weird. So definitely not my family. So the world has to teach me. The world has to teach me. So any opportunity I get of running, I will run. Is Hallelujah challenge going? I'm not partaking this time. I am not partaking this time. Sad to say, but yeah, I'm not partaking this time. I'm not in the mood. The thing is, I am not even in the mood of praying. I am not in the mood of reading my Bible. I am not in the mood of doing anything. sad to say, but yeah, I'm on a different spiritual journey. Let me just call it that. I'm on a journey of discovering myself, discovering my potential, discovering my power. So yeah, not partaking. How about, what the fuck did you write? At home, I always wear earrings at home. You people only wear earrings when you're going out. I wouldn't go out with these earrings. These are my home earrings. Different cultures, different people, different everything. Put this time to pray and read the Bible. You will feel much stronger. Can I tell you something that I just discovered? I discovered I don't believe the Bible anymore. The Bible right now for me looks like a total brainwash. Don't get me wrong. I'm on a different path right now. Let me just say that. That doesn't include the Bible. Yeah. I'm on a path to discover what my ancestors used to worship, because that knowledge has been taken from me. And I want to know, before the Bible, what did they used to do? What did they used to read? So that's the path I'm on. I'm on earth to discover what my ancestors used to do. Not what was brought to me, what they used to do, what was already here. It doesn't have to make sense, trust you me, but it does make sense to me. Now, I'm 8 years. I don't fucking care. I'm not your mother, so I don't fucking care about your age. Everything you ever know. See, okay, so Larry, I'm gonna tell you something. I did not walk away from God. I just want to know God in my own understanding, in my own way, not a way that's been fed to me. I feel like as Africans, we are really brainwashed. Don't get me wrong, okay? I'm not saying that God does not exist. I'm not saying that God is not real. Discover God in your own way. Because for me, I want to discover God in my own way and not let somebody kind of ground me and teach me things that don't even make sense in my life no more. So it's not like I don't want to read the Bible. I want to know what my ancestors read before that Bible that we now read was brought to them. Because I'm so sure my ancestors did not read the English. I'm so sure my ancestors did not have all these denominations that are here. I want to know, what did they read? How did they read it? Because there will come a time and all these old people are going to be gone, and we are going to be the old people that don't even know their values, old people that don't even know their history. So for me, I'm chasing my history. I'm chasing to know, what did my ancestors do? So that's the path I'm on. So it's not like about what I'm going through. I'm not going through anything, I'm not going through anything. Whatever I went through happened this morning. So I did not change my mind about reading the Bible this morning. I just want to know, what did my ancestors, before the English Bible was introduced to them, what did my ancestors read? Where and what did they worship? Because you don't want, you can't convince me that they read the English Bible. Oh, that was translated to each and every language. I'm sure it wasn't like that. And that's the knowledge that I seek. Go directly. That's the point. Like, I don't really need to go into blah, 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 blah. And because I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing, and that's something I believe. And mind you, everything I'm saying here is what I believe. You don't have to believe in what I believe. You don't have to reason the way I reason. I'm just gonna give you why. If I come to the Bible and I'm like, okay, let me read Lamentations, I'm like, okay, so they've said, do not touch a woman during her period. She's considered unclean. But if you ask me, it's because the person who wrote that discovered that this woman is in her goddess era when she's on her period. So do not touch her, because this woman can bless or curse you during her period. Why? Because there is a blood covenant involved. So you're gonna tell me, oh, you're gonna believe, oh, no, 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 they shouldn't come to church because they're on their period. They shouldn't do this because they're unclean during that. They're not unclean, they're just in their goddess moment when they have their period. And that's why a woman can sleep with you during her period, make you, say a bunch of stuff, and you're finally locked in a covenant. Do you want to tell me that's called unclean? That's called being powerful beyond the human understanding. And that's the reason why I want to discover, what did my ancestors read that did not really twist out things the way, the current Bible twists out things. So don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I just believe differently now. I just see things in a different angle. I just see things with another eye. Yeah, but I don't want to read the current Bible. That's the thing. I don't want to read the current Bible that I don't even, that has been revised. The Bible is there, but it has been revised to kind of fit in the current world and kind of kill most of the things that shouldn't be killed, most values that shouldn't be killed. So I'm done with the English Bible. I want to know what my ancestors read. Yep, that's just it. Wow, what? Ask Google where did it get smart from? I don't know, and that's not even in my conscience right now. But as me, I'm just gonna chase the knowledge of the past, because by knowing the knowledge of the past, that's the only way I can know how to navigate my present. Yeah. But it's like, go to Sunday school, blah, blah, blah. That's where we got brainwashed. Don't get me wrong, not a bad brainwash, because that gave us values, that gave us the respect that we have. But also, nothing in school ever taught us what our ancestors did. It only, you are an African, you are Kenyan. Let me not talk about the whole of Africa, but you are Kenyan. We all know that we were never taught what our ancestors did back in the day. Everything we were taught was based on the white man. You all know what we used to, the coming of the white man. That's all we know. Anything beyond the coming of the white man was erased. And why would it be erased if it was not of greater significance than what we have now? So yeah, that's the knowledge I seek. I don't want to seek the modern knowledge. I want to seek the knowledge of my ancestors before it goes with the wind. Because trust you me, as I said, the old people are going to die. They are going to go with all that little knowledge remaining. We are going to be the old people who only know everything after the coming of the white man. So, yeah, I choose to be different. And the thing is, in this world, when you choose to be different, you're seen as the problem for choosing to be different. But that's it. That's just the path I want to be on. Where are you from? I'm from Kenya. So yeah, seeking the knowledge of the past is the best thing I think we can do as Africans before the knowledge of the past is totally gone. Because if we as human race, let me just say that, doesn't matter your ethnic group, it doesn't matter your tribe, your whatever, if we seek what we, like, trust to me, even if you die and you accomplished everything in life, there's one thing you didn't accomplish. If you did not, if you did not get to a place where you realized the power that you have, because I mean, if the Bible tells you that you are created in the goodness and likeness of God, that tells you there is a power in you. And if you die and never discover the power that you really had, then you did not accomplish your mission on earth. So for me, I'm just gonna seek my power. I'm just gonna be in a position where I don't want somebody to take me on this joyride to tell me to fear God. That's like telling you to fear your dad. And if he is my dad, why am I supposed to fear him? Respect, yes, but fear. So that tells me you're preaching to me a gospel of fear, a gospel that, oh my gosh, I should fear this, I shouldn't question this. You see, God loves questions. God loves questions. But what does the Bible tell you, or what does your pastor tell you? Do not question God. God should not be questioned. God should be questioned. Oh, you are blessed with this. Okay, you've given me this. What should I do with it? Ask that question. Oh, I've received this and this. What should I do? Ask the questions. But your pastors keep telling you, nobody should question God. If you question God, that's blasphemy. If you I'm sorry, but I am not subscribing to that part of the world no more. I'm sorry, but I'm not. And that's the thing. When you stop subscribing to that gospel, all of a sudden you're considered an atheist, I don't know, a pagan, a devil worshipper. You guys give the devil so much credit that he doesn't even fucking deserve. Everything that's not the normal people's way, normal people, quote unquote, is of the devil. Like, motherfuckers. You cannot accomplish that power outside God. Let me tell you, and this is what I keep telling people who ask me why I don't go to church, especially when I'm in the village. When I'm in Nairobi, I go, but in the village, I don't go. I tell people I left the church, not God. I left the church, not God. I want to discover God in my own way, and I want Him to reveal Himself to me in His own way. Okay, I don't need to go to church for me to discover my power. I do not need to go to church for me to discover my power. I mean, if my body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, that tells me my body is a church. And I can create me a church anywhere, even in my brain. So that's the point I'm trying to make. When people start hearing that you're not going to church anymore, they think you left God. I left church, not God. I left church, not God. But coming to church where you're gonna tell me, oh, gai dora yeshiria sijui Mungu aulizangu maswali, God does not be, God should not be asked questions, then what the fuck am I doing here? Let me tell you, just because somebody does not subscribe to the gospel the way you do doesn't mean that they are less believers. There is no way you can discover God without His assistant. You can always talk to God and directly, and He will tell you anything. And that's exactly what I'm saying. I don't need a church to do that. I don't need a church to do that, and I don't need to subscribe to the current gospel for me to talk to God. For me, I have my own ways that I pray. I have my own ways. I won't pray the way I was taught to pray. I'm gonna pray in my own, my own way, the way that feels comfortable for me, the way that feels like is just me, not the way that I was taught. And I feel like that's the thing with most of us Africans. We've already been so brainwashed to be like, if I don't go to church, I'll never receive miracles. Miracles happen to us every day. Shit happens to us every day, but we don't just see it. Why? Because I'm not going to church, so I'm not gonna receive anything. Bullshit. Bullshit. Most churches nowadays is just a business. Most church nowadays is just a business. That's the bitter truth that we'll never be able to accept, but that's just the bitter truth. Hi. I can't read your name. God can speak to you in your... That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Most of us left church, but we did not leave God. Okay? We just believe in Him differently from the vanilla way that we were told to. You know. Yeah. For me, I'll never stop believing. I just believe in Him differently. Okay, I just believe in Him differently because we have our conversations differently. I am not starting a church. I am my own church. Your body is your own church. Your body is your own temple. So don't wait until somebody starts a church for you to be like, yeah, the church is you. We are a walking church. We are a walking temple. There's a reason why it's called a temple. So for you, nobody should ever judge you just because you're not going to a physical church or subscribing to certain doctrines. But don't let your pastor hold you prison God. Cause no. When I tell you I have the best pastor that can be, my pastor is the best pastor that can be, and I don't doubt my pastor at all. I just want to discover God, as I said, in my own way, in the way that only me can understand, not in a complicated way, because most of us have been introduced to God in a very complicated way. It's not that serious. Trust you me, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. Trust you me. It's like, I will use the father version. It's like you being told this is your father and now you have to start studying your father. Like, you see how it doesn't make sense you trying to start studying your father? It's the same way I take it. That's how I take it. I'm like, okay, you tell me God is my father. And then you tell me that, you instill this fear in me that I shouldn't, say certain things. Let me tell you, the conversation that me and God have, I'm sure if my pastor had me doing that, my pastor would cast me out. But that's how I want me and God to communicate. At all, you're my father, then I'm supposed to come with you with no fear. I'm supposed to come with you to you, in my in my normal self. What do you mean you have to make it so complicated for me to talk to God to a point when we pray we feel like I don't think even God had time for... Fuck you. So maybe you have, I don't know. For me, this is what I tell people. You don't really have to subscribe to what somebody else is telling you. Learn to, because let me tell you like how praying is to me. Praying to me doesn't have to be, no. Praying to me is calling that man the way I would call my dad and be like, can you sit here? I need to talk. I need to vent. And I don't vent like, blah, blah, blah. No, I vent the way I would vent to my dad if I feel hurt. That's how I vent to God. I don't put all this, respect, blah, blah, blah. Of course, there's that respect. I respect him as God because I mean, we cannot explain the supernatural things that happen in the world every day. But I sit him down, and I personally believe that he's seated there with me, and I'm just gonna talk. That's how I pray. Most of your pastors, if they had that's how I pray, they'll be like, look at this stupid blah blah blah. Because let me tell you, if your pastor cannot take the way you believe or the way you believe in God, then that person shouldn't be your pastor. Because what do you mean you're just gonna sit there and judge me for how I talk to God? And now you're trying to teach me how I should talk to God. Like, nobody should teach you how to talk to God. Talk to God in your own way. The same way, because for me, let me tell you, I believe in God and I believe in reincarnation. Would your pastor want me in their church? Of course not. Of course not. Your pastor will be like, you cannot believe in those two. Why should I not believe in those two? What bullshit thing will your pastor tell me? Oh, that is of the devil. That's the only explanation you're gonna tell me, that everything that's not your way is of the devil, honey. Like, do you see how it doesn't? Okay, it doesn't make. Maybe it makes sense to you, but it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. You cannot tell me there is no reincarnation if Jesus died and resurrected. So you're gonna tell me Jesus died and resurrected, and you're not gonna call that supernatural, and then you're gonna be like, yeah, you just die and die. You die and resurrect. That eternal life you believe in, to me, is reincarnation. Because what do you mean there's no reincarnation? I'm gonna come back. I am gonna come back. So yes, I believe in God and believe in reincarnation. Let me tell you, I'll be the end of your pastor. I would be the end of your pastor. Because in those Bible studies they have, I'd be arguing like crazy, and the pastor looks at me and like, you need Jesus in your life. I'm like, I already have him in my own fucking way. Thing happened. Yeah, me existing is supernatural. What do you mean? I was inside somebody's belly for 9 months and then I came out. That's fucking supernatural too. Somebody, another human being. That's supernatural. That is fucking supernatural. That's not science to me. That's supernatural. Science is IVF and all that thing, making babies in the lab. That's science. But somebody, two people, chuku 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 chuku, and then they created a baby, and then the baby, where did I fucking come from? That's supernatural to me. That's supernatural to me. Let me tell you. That's supernatural to me. But let me tell you, the credit we give the devil in this world is astonishing. Everything that does not make sense to us is of the devil. Is of the devil. Yo, in high school I was called a devil worshipper, by the way. In high school I was called a devil worshipper. Just because I was sleeping in CU. I was sleeping in church. I was called a devil worshiper. Like, what the fuck? Come on. Have you ever? Yeah, of course. Where are you? I'm in Central Kenya. My bundles is over. Should I buy more bundles? Okay, don't go anywhere. I'm buying more. Don't go anywhere. I'm buying the last bundles. This is the last one because I've bought so much. That's the last bundles I've bought. Hey, I've already bought like one, two. I think this is the fourth one. Wow, that's a lot too. This is the last one. Are you married? Ooh-wee. Yo. No. I'm married. Heck no. Do I look like marriage material? Let's be honest. Do I look like marriage material? I don't think I am marriage material for now. I have a lot of healing to do. So that really wouldn't be very healthy for marriage. So, no. Ask me that in the next 2 years. Ask me that in the next 2 years. Okay, what's your name? I cannot read your name. I can only read the boy in your name. Ask me that in the next 2 years. Hopefully, I will have found myself and found my place in this godforsaken world. Yeah. Kuna yule aliyependa si kwa ajili ya mali. Marriage. I don't know. I don't know what's your thought about marriage nowadays. If you find a good one, trust me. If you marry once and marry right, you're one of the lucky ones in this world. Let's say I wouldn't be married by now. That one I'm so sure, because I've had so many potential people who have proposed marriage, but I denied it. I did not deny it because I did not see them as husband materials, but I really, at the time, don't get me wrong, at the time, I didn't see myself fit for a wife. I was fighting so many things in my brain. I was still trying to discover life. I still am trying to discover life, but it's like I was doing too much. So I was like, I just had to just say no, because I'm not sure they would have lasted even 6 months, even 3 months is a stretch. So no. I mean, I got marriage proposals from as early as 21, and I would have gotten married actually when I was 21, but I'm so glad I didn't, because by now I'd be dead. Let me just tell you, by now I'd be dead, just to say the least. So yeah, I'm not married. I'm still healing from so many self-inflicted traumas. Hi, Emmanuel. From many self-inflicted traumas. Because it's high time we stop blaming every trauma on our childhood, on our exes and all that. Most of it for me right now. Because I mean, the childhood trauma you couldn't control, right? But as an adult, there's something you got yourself into that were really controllable. So I'm still trying to heal from so many self-inflicted traumas. Are you on Instagram? You people still have Okay, I'm not really active on Instagram, but my Instagram is the same. I keep telling you guys. Maureen underscore Keilah underscore. There are two accounts with same whatever, so not the one with a face, no. The black and white one that it's a full me seated down taking a selfie. That one is the right one. What's cooking? It smells nice. Or am I just hungry? It smells nice. But one thing I'm gonna say is the person who's gonna marry me, I think I'm just gonna respect that person for the rest of my life because they have to really be strong. They have to really be strong. But that person, I'm gonna respect them for the rest of my life. I owe them that much. Because what do you mean? Like, you left everybody and saw me fit to be your wife. You, yeah. I'm gonna respect that person for the rest of my life. I tell you. Well, because I'm honestly not easy to deal with. You guys can already tell I'm not really easy to deal with. I cry a lot. I stopped being a gangster. A long time ago, you wouldn't see my tears. I'm so sure one of my exes has never seen my tears. But nowadays, I cry a lot. I'm like a cry baby. Yo, this one, no. So it's like that person has one to be very strong mentally more than me because you have to carry the mentor whatever for both of us. This one is for the cows. So if one day if you see me married, if you see me with a ring, I'm gonna buy myself a ring and propose to myself. What do you mean? Actually, we are in the millennium and anything is possible. I saw people marrying themselves. This is weird, but I saw people marrying themselves. So if you're not married and you're like, I don't think anyone is ever, for me, I know someone will marry me. But if you're like, someone will never marry me, marry yourself. We're in the fucking 21st century. Nobody cares if you marry yourself or not. 21st century is weird. Trust you me, if I were given a chance to time travel, I wouldn't travel to the future. I would travel to the past. Because I wouldn't want to make it to the 21st century. Because motherfuckers, we are weird. People proposing to themselves, people marrying themselves. It's actually not bad. You marry yourself and then you enjoy everything else. That's actually nice. At least you cannot divorce yourself. Hey, oh no. But I might marry myself. And then I'd be fucking all of you right, left, and center. Because I have to give myself self-love. Yeah. From which country? Kenya. Not a bad idea. I've never seen somebody do that in Kenya. I think I might be the first. I'd be like, I'm inviting you all guys to my wedding. Who is the groom? Who is the bride? It's all me. It's all me. I swear I'd be cast out by my family. I'd be cast out by my family. You be the girl who married herself. And then you take yourself on a honeymoon. You know, the thing is, you marry yourself, you never get cheated on because you can never cheat on yourself. It's a win-win, if you ask me. If I'd be crazy enough to do that, I would. I would, for sure. Anyway, it's called narcissism, I swear. No cap. But you'd rather be narcissistic to yourself. But imagine me, I would. You know, I'm a rebel. I rebel on everything. I would, just to make my family mad. For real. I'd be like, you're waiting for my dowry. I'm paying my own dowry. How much is my dowry? Okay. Okay. So would you be contented if I paid my own dowry? And get the hell out of here. Yeah. I would. Hi, Raphael. Good morning to you. Albert, today you're not commenting. Oh, she's all dressed up. I have a shirt inside I can remove, but I don't want these things to get on my skin. Ew! I really hate textures, and these things are giving me texture. Excuse me. I am listening. Be like what? Excuse me. Be like water, honey. Nearly my entire life. I love being free. Me too, I'm single. And I'm enjoying being single. Well, for me, it's more of healing. I'm healing. I'm healing, but I'm not healing from a heartbreak. No, 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 don't get me wrong. I'm healing from myself. Because let me tell you, I'd be putting myself in situations where I regret. I'd be accepting men in my life who don't even matter. So I'm healing from myself. Let me tell you, I am my own nuclear bomb. If I can walk away from myself, I would. Because I am my own enemy. I'd be accepting men. You see, bare minimum is even enough. Below bare minimum, I'd be accepting them. And then after we are in it, I'm like, motherfucker, what am I doing here? You know, what am I doing here? What's keeping me here? And trust you me, I never get a reason why I'm there. So I always like, okay, let me just leave because why am I here? I am not being taken on a date. I am not being called. I am not being texted. So I'm even like, wait, am I even dating? That's the kind of men I've been dating. So I am healing from myself. Because even flowers, you know me, I've never received flowers from a man. It's not, for me, it's not like, that's bare minimum to me. But even that bare minimum, we've never gotten to bare minimum. We've never gotten to bare minimum. I am toxic to myself. I am very toxic, if you ask me. Let me tell you, I go on so many solo dates. Even when I'm dating, I'm like, okay, let me just go on a date by myself. Why? Because maybe I am too, okay, for the women, I am sorry. Okay? Okay? I am still learning. I am still learning. But it's like, maybe okay, I've not been taken on a date in a long time. I'm like, okay, let me just propose the date, right? And trust you me, I am like, hey, yeah, what are you doing? Blah blah blah. I'm free. And then I propose a date, and all of a sudden you have plans. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go on the date because I really wanted to go on the date. I take myself on the solo date, and I'm like, I'm seated there. I look at other people with their girlfriends. I'm like, wait a minute. What am I doing in a relationship? So of course I leave. I don't even tell you I'm leaving because you won't even notice I'm gone. You won't even notice I'm gone. 1 month later, that's when you realize, oh, this girl is not texting me. You text me, you find that you are already blocked. You didn't even realize. You know? Yeah, for me, at this point, let me tell you. Me, I don't even fuck worry about sex because I'd be fucking myself. What do you mean I have to wait for a man? I have tools. I'd be fucking. So even if somebody tells me go fuck yourself, I'm like, I do that. I do a lot of that. You know. But trust you me, I'm at a point in life where I think I would date a woman. I'm sorry to say that out loud, but I'm at a point in life where I think I'd date a woman because I feel like a woman would understand when I say like this nigga, a woman would understand me more. So if you guys see me fooling around with women, don't judge me. I promise I am straight, but I would. I think I would. I would. I would. It would be very disappointing to my family, but who cares? My happiness comes first. I would. I've never, don't get me wrong, I've never dated a woman, but I'm at a point in life where I would. If a woman is gonna get me, if a woman knows that, a woman would understand what I'm trying to say. I know men wouldn't understand, but a woman would understand what I'm trying to say. You know, you're running away from bare minimum. So if I meet a nice woman, who'd be like, hey girl, you're kinda cute. There's still some work to be done, but you're kinda cute. On a date? I'd be like, yeah. Because at this point I'm already dating myself. So I don't see a problem. So I know now most men are gonna unsubscribe to me, which is fine. I'm just saying the truth. I'm just saying the truth. You know? Yeah. Because a man would be wanting me to perform wife duties. Wife duties. And you are not doing husband duties, my friend. I'm not going to do that. I'm not gonna wash your clothes. I'm not gonna cook for you. I'm not gonna because you're not also doing nothing for me. So it looks like very one-sided. I'm just a maid to you. You can as well pay me to be your house help instead of pretending that we are dating and here you are looking for house help. Pay me. Pay me to be your maid. I would accept it. I would accept the pay. Pay me to be your maid. But not you me doing everything for you. You're doing nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean nothing for me. So, boy, boy. Yeah, it doesn't work like that anymore. Because what? You expect me to clean, to cook, to give you conjugal rights. You're not getting any. Eh, This is like having a maid with benefits. This is having a house help with benefits. What do you mean? I'm cleaning, I'm cooking, I'm washing your clothes. I never do any of that, so don't worry. And then you're in. What are you giving me in return? Nothing. You're not giving me love. You're not giving me nothing in return. That makes me your maid. You might as well pay me. Oh, you. And that's the kind of conversation that men don't like. I know. But that woman is cleaning for you. that woman you call your girlfriend and cheat on is cleaning for you, is cooking for you. Which women, you shouldn't be doing that. If there's no ring on it, both of you are single. Okay, me, if we are dating and there's no ring on it, may it be promise ring or whatever rings you put on people, me, I'm single. Anybody who meets out there and is better than you, I am gone. Because what do you mean I'm doing all that and you're not doing anything? You're not. Let me know. Let me not talk. Bare minimum. Do not settle for bare minimum. Anyway, give me a minute. I think I'm gonna end this live. Hello, Moo. So I'm gonna end this live and finish this bullshit that I'm doing. And anyway, I don't wanna say whatever is in my mind. Intrusive thoughts. I don't wanna put them online and then you people come and bring it back to me and you have evidence.